Hoisting. So first of all, I will explain what is hoisting. So hoisting is a JavaScript mechanism where variable and function declarations are moved to the top of their scope, like either the global scope or of the function scope before the code is executed. This means you can like use variable or call functions before they are declared in the code, but with some important rules. So hoisting is a we can declare or move on the top. Move on the top. That is the hoisting. So first is function hoisting. So function hoisting. So basically in function hoisting, we can call a function before it's declared. Like I will show you in my online compiler. JS compiler. Yeah. So I write it code related to function hoisting. So like first in that function hoisting, we will call the function like say hello, and then we will declare a function like say hello, and then console.log hello. So we will get output hello. See, yeah, why? Because the function declaration is hoisted to the top of the scope. It is hoisted only top of the scope. That's why we received output like hello. And the second one is variable hosting. Variable hoisting. So in that variable hoisting, it's a simple like console dot log a, okay, and then var a equal to 5. So we will get output undefined. See, yeah, console. Oh, okay, sorry, I didn't write console properly. Yeah, now I will get undefined. So why? Because undefined. This is because JS moved a var a to the top, but not a 5. Okay, so that's why we received undefined. And then third case, in the third one is like let and const hoisting. In the let and const hoisting, they are also hoisted, but they stay in a temporal read zone. I will tell about what is the temporal read zone in later. From the start to the block until the declaration is encountered, using them before declaration throws an error. Like I will, if I will write console dot log x, okay, and then I will write let x equal to 10. Okay, so it will I will get reference error. Yeah, see, reference errors cannot access x before initialization. Like that we will got error. So why? Because it is because of like temporal region. I will tell temporal region also. So next is we understood like what is hoisting and like what type of hoisting we can, like function, variable, let and const hoisting. Now we will understood why is hoisting useful. Okay, so the hoisting is useful because allows function to be used before they are defined, and helps avoid error when variable are declared at the end of a scope. And like how to use hoisting effectively, like declare variable and function at the top of their scope to avoid confusion, and the preferred let and const over var to avoid bugs from unintentional hoisting. Like when we will use let and in hoisting case, when we will use let and const, so it will give a error. So no chances of like bug. And understanding function declarations versus function expression. So the function, I will tell like function declaration. So in that function declaration, uh, function declaration condition like that, like greet. Okay, first I will call the function, and then function like greet, and then console.log hi, console.log console.log hi. Okay, so in that case we will receive hi. Okay, that is the function declaration. But in that, like second one is a function declaration, is there, it is function declaration hoisted, and the second is function expression. So function expression, it is not hoisted. Like I will say write say hi, and then I will call the function, and then const a equal to like function, and then okay, so here is function name, like we will, I will take as a variable, and then console dot log hi. So now we will see what will the output. It will give reference error, because in that case function expression, it is not hoisted. Only supported hoisting its function declaration, not function expression. Got it? And the next is, first we will see one example. Okay, and then I will explain templative zone example. So I will explain example in online compiler. So first of all, let's say like scenario is a like coffee order in a shop. Let's say like we are writing a program for a coffee shop. Like we are writing we are writing a program for a coffee shop. Okay, so in a mhm, coffee shop where a customer can order coffee, where where a customer can order. Okay, so first will I will write a function. So in that, first of all I will write like make order. First of all they will order. Okay, then I will create a function. First of all customer will make a order, so function make order, and then console dot log order received, or like preparing coffee. Okay, like that we have to. So in that case we will got order received preparing coffee. Okay, and then if I will like write console dot log coffee type, let's say coffee type, so definitely I will get error undefined, because coffee type is not here. It is not defined coffee type. Sorry, declare coffee type. That's why I got not defined. The type is equal to like let's say cappuccino. Cappuccino. Okay, now I will got coffee type is not undefined. Again, it's saying I var cappuccino type is spelling is I think everything is fine. Okay, wait. Now I got undefined. See. Why? Because undefined? Because first I console.log coffee type. I find coffee type, but in that second line, coffee type is cappuccino. In that first line, I didn't get any output, so uh, output will give undefined. And the, if I will now, I will tell like console dot log. Again, I will write coffee type. So now I will get cappuccino. First undefined and then cappuccino. Fine. Because here I got only value coffee type is undefined and then in the second cappuccino. Okay. So that is the and the what is happening behind this scene. Like JavaScript internally move declaration to the top like this. So hosted version like how JS is internally var coffee type. Okay, so that is the all of the example according to that. Okay, so now I will explain a temporal dictum. So now I will explain temporal dictum. So basically, temporal dictum in JavaScript refer to the time between where a variable is declared using let or const and when it is initialized. During this time, accessing the variable will throw a reference error. Like like let's see this one example. There is let and const. Yeah, this type. So in that case, we will got reference error. Why? So in that, like the time of between, like console.log x and left x equal to time of the between, it is accessing the variable will throw a reference error. That is the temporal zone between when a variable is declared and using let and cons and when it is initialized. During this time, accessing the variable will throw a reference error. So like that. So the variable so variable uh, x is in the temporal dead zone from the start of the block until the let x equal to 10 line is executed. Okay, and the trying to access it before initialization causes an error. These behaviors help prevent bugs caused by the using a variable before the are properly set up. If we will do like console.log b var b equal to 10, then it will give undefined this one undefined now. Sorry, I didn't comment this. Now undefined. So in that var declaration are hosted and initialized with undefined. So they do not have a temporal zone. Only var sorry let and const have a temporal zone. So that's all about to the topic like hosting and temporal zone with example. Thank you.